Hello dear hearts, it's Vera Dundee here. I want to say a big hello to all the mummies and daddies that are listening in and the boys and girls. Now today I'm going to be talking about an important subject, dear hearts, that's getting people hot under the collar. LGBTQ. Oh, and joining me to learn a few lessons is Boris Brexit Monkey. Oh, there you are, dear heart. Oh, give us a wee hug, dear. Oh, bless you. So, now, you know about LGBTQ people, don't you, dear heart? Oh, you don't, dear? Oh, I'm going to teach you all about them today. Now, some mummies and daddies that want to do other people are getting very hot under the collar. You know why? Because people like diversity role models and other people are going in to teach children about LGBTQ people. And they don't want that, do they, dear? Oh, but they're happy to teach them about teddy bears and cheeky monkeys like you, who are actually in reality frightening things if you go too close to them, aren't they? Even you can be a bit naughty, dear. Now, nobody's going into the school to teach with an agenda or to promote. And do you know what? You can't make anybody gay, dear. Can you? You're born that way, dear, aren't you? So, what they are going in is to teach something called love. Now the whole world goes round in love, you know, dear heart. Have you had much love, Boris? Oh, bless you. I've been unfortunate in that department myself, dear. That's another story. Now, for example, Doris, she's 5 years old, and she has an Uncle Stephen and an Uncle Joe that come for Sunday lunch regularly, and she loves them both. Of course, Joe's not really her uncle. Did you know that? And one day she says to Mummy, Mummy, who looks after Uncle Stephen and Uncle Joe? And Mummy says, what do you mean? And she says, well, Daddy looks after you and you look after him. So who looks Uncle Stephen, Uncle Joe? And Mummy replies, well, they look after each other, dear, because they love each other like Mummy and Daddy do. And do what Doreen says? Good, can I have a biscuit? So she's not been traumatised. She's nothing forced on her, and she'll maybe grow up and realise right away early on when she sees two men holding hands or ladies holding hands that it's just about love and there'll be no prejudice. So what harm can that possibly do? Equally, did you know that not all boys like to play football? No, you know, some boys like to play with dolls or dress up differently. And do you think they should be punished or humiliated for that, dear heart? No, they shouldn't, dear, because not everybody belongs in a box. So what we want to do is to show people, do you know that some Premiership footballers are gay? But they're too frightened to come out because of sponsorship and people's prejudice. If we teach people early not to be prejudiced, then it'd be good. And you know a horrible story I heard, dear heart? My dear friend, her son wanted to go to book club day at school, dressed as the boy in the dress by David Walliams, you know, that famous star, right? And his mummy thought carefully, and she was too frightened to let him go in case he got bullied, dear heart. Wouldn't it be a wonderful world if the little boy could have gone to school and all his friends patted him on the back and said they loved him? So, let's all get behind LGBT going into schools, dear, and talking about themselves, because it's part of human life and not to be feared. Love from Vera, and a big hug for me, please. Oh, see, that's what it's all about. Boris, dear heart, did you learn anything about LGBTQ people there, dear hearts? Because you know Vera used to be I'm a very conservative woman, dear heart. But I'm changing my way of thinking, and I'm glad I've done it. What do you think, dear heart? Oh, I'm so happy to hear, dear hearts.